The Peter Pan-like Steve Moria was doing the business again for Cardiff against London. The Knights know how to cause Devils problems, but the now traditional early Cardiff onslaught seemed to knock the stuffing out of them. By 25:50, Cardiff were 3 up. Moria inevitably involved in setting up Ian McIntyre. Daniel Jardimayer has made himself at home in Britain. The Swedes' power play bullet past Trevor Robbins restored Devils' 3-goal cushion at 4-1. Credit the Knights for their work ethic. They reduced the gap to 4-2 when Claudio Scremin scored on 46:25. But thereafter, Cardiff consolidated. The team traded goals and punches. Cardiff stay all round. On Tuesday, the Steelers faced a third game in 4 days. Not that Ed Courtney seemed to notice. This took him to the top of the scoring charts. But his colleagues ran out of steam in the third. John Bice stuffing the puck past Shervin for 4-3. Plenty of heart from Sheffield. Tida Wynn first to react for his 4th of the season to make it 4 apiece. But London were fresher. Bice with the game winner, 2:31 from time. Sheffield may possess the league's top scorer, but they missed the chance to become the league's top team. Instead, Manchester, with 4 wins out of 4, as well as the best goals per game record and the league's meanest defence, are hinting at a championship repeat. At the bottom, Newcastle have just 1 win from 6 games. Bracknell flex their ever more powerful muscles with a 7-4 win over Newcastle at the John Knight Leisure Sport Complex on Saturday. Taking a 3-goal lead from Wednesday's first leg, this tie was over by the time Colin Ward's second goal hit the back of the net after just 13:38 of the first. Thereafter, the Bees used this game as a chance to try 1 or 2 offensive tricks. Chris Brandt's method was power. Todd Kelman, in for the injured Dennis Chassé, showed his ability to mop up the scraps in front of the net with 2 goals in a 3:36 spell midway through the second period. By the end of that stanza, a shell-shocked Jimmy Hibbert had conceded 6. Bruno Campese's shutout was spoiled by an Anthony Johnson shot from the wing with less than 8 minutes on the clock. But despite River Kings out shooting the home side 42-30 and taking the third period 4-1, it's clear that Newcastle, despite their Finnish contingent, have problems. Goals for Mikko Koivunuoro and Jarvi Irikainen couldn't hide that. Taking advantage of those erratic boards at Bracknell, Todd Goodwin completed the Bees' scoring effort. If they carry on like this, they'll be attracting more than 1,300 to the Beehive. It would have taken the most remarkable transformation for Cardiff Devils to have failed to join Bracknell in the last 4. Leading 6-1 from the first game, Cardiff made sure of a semi-final berth with early goals for Todd Gillingham and eventually Miklas Barkland for his first Devils goal. Fellow Swede Daniel Jardimayer continued to prove his worth to the Devils scoring machine with a confident finish 2:30 into the second. Stevie Lyle picked the puck out of his own net for the only time just 30 seconds later when Brent Bobick tapped in at the back post. But with Panthers obviously low on confidence, Cardiff made plenty of openings. Doc Durdle from the blue line for a power play strike. Before Jardimayer endeared himself even further to Devils fans, going coast to coast and beating 4 players and netminder Jarkko Kortasoha on the way. The netminder had a torrid time, 23 shots, 7 going past him. Nicky Chin with number 6 on a 2-man power play. Steve Moria's goal completed the scoring, 4:02 from the end of a 7-1 win on the night, 13-2 on aggregate. Panthers desperately miss Adey, Robbins and Bishop. But Cardiff versus Nottingham normally means a good scrap. Chin and Panthers' Graham Garden receive a 5+ game and a 10 minutes conduct and match for fighting respectively. Gillingham and Curtis Bowen also thrown out the game, defending champions Nottingham out of the cup. Jeff Sargent is the man about to play a starring role in the first leg of Ayres semi-final with London. A 37-shot shutout for Sargent. This wasn't to be the Knights' night. A problem with the ice pad at the London Arena meant a short, unscheduled break in the second period. Penalty problems gave Ayr a 5-on-3, converted by Louis Dumont 13:01 into the period. That proved to be the only goal of the contest. The Knights dominated, but Chris McSorley's team were left wondering just how they might get the better of Sargent in Sunday's second leg. Ayr must have thought they had one step in the semis. Well, they didn't. Sargent faced another 37 shots in the return game. This time there was no shutout. 2 goals in 57 first stanza seconds turned this game around as John Bice superbly set up Jeff Johnston. And Tom Asher's shot was neatly deflected home by Todd Wetzel. Eagles were chasing a 4th successive B&H finals place. Not that you could tell. Something has obviously clicked at London. Bice made it 3 before the first buzzer. And even when Ayr had a man advantage, it counted for little. The Knights scored twice short-handed in the second period. Paul Rushforth through Sargent. Bice involved in a beautiful setup for Jeff Ho to find space at the far post. 5-0. Sargent, so confident the night before, left shell-shocked. Night 6 for Johnston really should have been saved. And it's just too frustrating for the netminder. He takes exception to Todd Wetzel firing a shot after the whistle. But if you'd gone from 100% to 81% save percentage in 24 hours, you'd be frustrated too. Just one more agonising moment for the netminder. Bice neatly deflecting Claudio Scremin's pass in for number 7. Trevor Robbins with a 26-shot shutout for the Knights. They're through to their 2nd straight semi-final. It's hard to think the Eagles were Grand Slam champions just 2 seasons ago. So here's confirmation of the Final 4. The Bracknell Bees go through to their first ever B&H Cup semi-final, joined by Cardiff, Manchester and the London Knights. The semi-final draw, and the Cardiff Devils go up against the Manchester Storm in back-to-back games. This 2-0 win was no fluke, although Pipework did rescue Greer on the one occasion he was beaten. A lovely marker for Dennis Chassé gave them the lead midway through the game. "43 seconds into the final period, Todd Goodwin scored short-handed. Manchester lose at home. Dave Whistle's team are good. One other league result on Sunday, which saw the Sheffield Steelers earn 2 points after a 4-1 victory over Cardiff. That means they go top of the Secunda Super League, although they have played more games. Bracknell move into 2nd spot after their victory over Manchester, which means the defending league champs slip back to 3rd. One midweek fixture for you, that's on Thursday.
Here they come again, Byram. Tries to get it to Tremblay. Tremblay gets held up by Brill. Tremblay with a cup right across Brill's face and the backhand. He sends him down to the ice. McIntyre comes in to help out. And here we go. Nothing really gonna, both players are down on the ice, so they're not gonna get the big bombs flying, but Tremblay with a forehand and the backhand across Brill's face.
It all started with Tremblay going in on Brill to get the puck. Brill's holding off Tremblay. Tremblay takes it and just gives him a right. But watch it here, where he comes back, he looks again. Wow, backhander to the head and knocks Brill right down.
Jeez. And then McIntyre comes in to help out.
You got to stick up for your teammates in situations like that.
Looks like they're going to have 2 minors just going to cancel each other out. Dino Baba's going to come in and serve. The other Tremblay took the 2+2 for roughing. And now 5-on-5. Vince Bow comes back. Finds Dino Baba. Dino Baba on Herlowski. Great move. Shoots. He scores! Dino Baba out of the box gives the Ayr Scottish Eagles a 2-1 lead.
Well, there you go. Baba out of the penalty box, and it's a turnover here. The Ayr Scottish Eagles get a breakout. Baba picks it up in the neutral zone, makes a beautiful deke to his forehand, and just puts it right in the back of the net. He just gets that last burst of speed here, goes to his forehand, goes right around Orlowski, throws it right in. That's a lovely goal.
I'll tell you what, Gary, after that move, they're going to have to get the cherry picker out.
It's one of the biggest rivalries in British ice hockey, Nottingham against Sheffield. And Nottingham lit up the home crowd as Bowen picked up the loose puck and let rip the shot of the season. Nottingham's Greg Hadden taking advantage of Sheffield's turnover. He stepped over the blue line and beat Shervin with a 60-footer. The Panthers then put together a blueprint 3-on-2. Bobick drops it to Leach. Leach to Hadden. Hello, 3-0. Sheffield did get the consolation goal. Big Ed Courtney fed Junkin. And Willis with the great save, but Courtney on the spot to make the final score. Nottingham 3, Sheffield 1. The Bees just keep stinging. League champions Manchester on the end of this one. On the power play, Colin Ward makes it 1-0. Kelly Askew back on a line with Tomlinson, and on the power play, he blasts home the equalizer. The Chief, Chris Brandt, with the dipsy doodle. And the 1-2 passing play, he makes it 2-1. Todd Kelman adds to Bracknell's lead on the 1-0. He goes high to beat Peter Angelo. Some controversy on this one, though. Did the puck cross the line? We can see it go off the crossbar and behind Peter Angelo and then come out the other side. You be the judge. Final score, Bracknell 4, Manchester 3. Alex Dampier facing his old team as Newcastle hosted the Panthers from Whitley Bay. And Al Roos stepped in after the draw to make it 1-0. Greg Hadden on the Panthers power play. He came in the back door to even things up. Good work behind the Panthers goal by the RKs, and Malvina skates into the slot. He fires home to make it 2-1. Newcastle making a statement about their offensive attack. Al Roos 1x number 3 on the 3-on-2. Again, Nottingham on the power play. Again, Hadden in the right place at the right time to pull one back. Brent Bobick put the anchor down in front of goal. His deflection goes wide, but Hadden picks it up and picks his man. Bobick notches it at 3. But Newcastle just kept it going. Another odd man break. Al Roos with another great play. And Jarvis slides home the game winner. There's confirmation of the results over the weekend. Nottingham with the big home win against the Steelers. And on Sunday, the Bees with back-to-back wins over the defending league champs. And the RKs with a big win in overtime. Bracknell top of the pile for the second time this year. They're the only unbeaten team. Positions 2 to 5 are separated by only 2 points. And Nottingham Air and Newcastle have got to get it going. 4 points from Nottingham's Greg Hadden sees him move into second spot in the Seconda Super League points table with 11 points after only 7 games. He's joined by Sheffield's Dale Junkin, and his teammate Ed Courtney is still in top spot with a 3-point margin. Good news for Bracknell with the return of forward Paxton Schulte. Schulte returned home to Canada last week for personal reasons, and he flies back on Saturday morning.
Bracknell Bees. Schulte steps in across, says, I don't want to mess around. I'm getting off the ice.
I think both of them are going to have to cool off for a couple minutes here, and we'll see what Kirkham said. The play comes in. You'll see Campbell. Campbell keeps pushing Johnson. I think that started the whole thing off. The puck then goes down the other end. I think Rushford.
And actually, now we have a stick measurement happening. This is going to be interesting. Now, Simon Kirkham with Bruno Campisi's stick. Now, over the last year for sure, Bruno Campisi's equipment has come into call a couple of times. His pads last year in Sheffield, and now his stick here Gare, what are they going to be looking at here?
Well, as you know, Nick, I mean, there's certain levels or certain curves that are allowed and not allowed in the game of hockey. Now, what they will measure is from the gap between the tip to the heel of the blade. Now, if that is over a certain measurement, then that will result in a 2-minute penalty for the Bracknell Bees. Now, if it's wrong, London will pick up the 2-minute penalty for calling that measurement.
It's got to fit in those notches there, and they're saying that if it doesn't fit at any point, it's going to be illegal. Well, that stick goes into the box. That means it's illegal, and the Bracknell Bees are going to have to send. Looks like Paxton Schulte is going to come over through the ice, through the center ice. He's going to come in and sit the minor, and if it pays off, it's actually going to be an amazing call by head coach Chris McSorley to get the 5-on-3.
A lot of these goalie sticks and a lot of the sticks that players use are custom made, so they're made to the actual specification of the individual. And you know, it could be a worry if all his sticks are of the same height. They're going to have to do a little bit of doctoring in there very quickly.
As you say, it is a worry if the sticks are all the same height. Will Chris McSorley call it again?
I don't think he'll try his luck twice. I think he'll leave it this time.
Play. Shot! Campese with a save. The London Knights trying to work it well and go for that 2-goal lead. But Gary, what would have happened if it would have backfired?
Well, I mean, at this stage, they were still a man down. It would have still been 4-on-4. So at that, it wasn't a big. It wasn't going to create that much problem for London. Now, with the way it went and the call, they're 2 guys down.
So the gamble paying off so far, but we'll see if they can make it count on the scoreboard. Ash on the point. Scremin down low into the slot. Kenny can't get a lot of wood on it. Fights through. Comes up to Scremin. Across to Ash for the one-timer. Deflection! Kenny deflects it between the 5-hole of Campese, and it does pay off.
You're right there. That call did pay off for the London Knights, and Rob Kenny, I think, getting his 2nd goal of the game. You'll see here, they get control, they work it back to the defense. Kenny standing there by himself, nobody around him. The Bracknell defenseman is just waving at him, and Kenny gets a stick down off of that deflection right between the 5-hole of Campese.
Gary, not only does it hurt him on the scoreboard, but you saw Bruno Campese with a call on his pads last season. It really worked him up mentally and really, really upset him.
Well, I think this is the thing. It can have that psychological effect on the individual. And obviously, you know, there's not much he could do there. But
I don't believe it. They're going to measure it again.
Well, they've got nothing to lose at this stage. They've still got a man down. They're still on the power play anyways, so why not call it? Where is he going to get another stick? It just came straight off the off the bench, and if the pack's the same, then he could be again in there.
So they've obviously shaved it down quickly to try and make it legal, because Bruno Campese is out there with a stick that he just doesn't want to use. It's probably Greer's stick, and you can see that's a stick that he doesn't normally use. And you know what these goalies are like? They're
very particular about their equipment, and that stick is.
So the stick that was actually called illegal has been brought around and shaved down. You're getting taped up there. You saw by Denis Chassé. But the London Knights are on the 5-on-3 power play. Shot from Scremin. He shoots the howitzer, the gun, and they get another one.
Well, either Chris McSorley is a magician, and he's just pulled off 2 great calls, which have resulted in 2 goals for the London Knights and have taken a 3-goal lead. You know, what can you say? The play is just going back. They've got Bracknell are 2 men down. London keep control. They have a look. They play it back over. Now, this is good. They keep control high. Wait for the positioning for the London players. Scremin gets a shot, and it's a hard shot. But I think, again, Campese will be a bit shaken from the calls, not quite set mentally, and they're behind 3 goals.
Well, I have got to admit, Gare, I haven't been in the game a heck of a lot. I'm not 30 yet, like you. But I've never seen that happen before.
I've seen it called once, but I've never seen it called twice, that's for sure. But, hey, why not? I mean, you got to play the percentages, and if those sticks are coming out of the same pack, why not call it again?
one back there, but you must be a bit sick about that stick incident.
I was. 2 times. It was, you know, it was a bad play on our part, really. I guess he's playing illegal sticks. He ordered them legal. I know he did. We all order all our stuff legal. Came illegal.